Let me ask you a question. Do you find yourself wasting hours every single day on TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, scrolling mindlessly, going through shorts and reels? If the answer is yes, I understand. I do the same thing, and I've been minimizing it, but only recently. One day I just woke up and I realized that I wanted to consume content that made me better, that taught me something, that helped me learn something while I did it. I wanted to focus on content that would actually improve my life while I consumed it. So I made the decision to do something that I hadn't done for fun since I was in middle school. I decided I was going to start reading. Now I've been reading a book for about an hour every day with the intention of getting through at least one book every single week. I want to share with you 5 books that have changed my mind about the world, about finance, about self-help, about self-improvement, about navigating our world. The books that I'm going to recommend are considered all-time classics by many, not just because of the content that they have, but because they actually also make you think when you're reading them. This is something that's missing on Reels, Shorts, Instagram videos, etc. Something that I was really missing in my life. Also, stick around to the end of the video and I'm going to tell you about 4 different ways that reading improves your mental health. And that's beyond the lessons that it teaches you. I'm not going to give away any spoilers for the books that I'm going to talk about so that you actually will have some incentive to go and read them. I'm going to give a broad overview and touch on some key takeaways that I've gotten from these books to give you an idea of whether you'll be interested or not in reading it. Book number 1 is How to Win Friends and Influence People by Dale Carnegie. This book is about learning how to understand and communicate with friends, relatives, business partners, anyone that's a human being. The book touches on a lot of points regarding patience and putting yourself in other people's shoes in order to understand and break down different situations that may occur in a conversation, in a business partnership, just in everyday life. This was important for me because if you know me, I do have a little bit of a short temper and I can often find myself getting angry and not thinking about my response before I respond. After reading this book, I've given a little more thought to what I say out loud to be a little bit happier and have some better relationships in my life as a result of that. Life is about creating connections and establishing connections, and that's something that Dale Carnegie harps on a lot in his book. And that's something that if you're interested in making more friends, if you're interested in having people listen to you and getting to know people better, then I highly recommend reading this book. Book number 2 is Atomic Habits by James Clear. In this book, Clear argues that habits can be systematically produced and replicated by changing your lifestyle and your environment. The overarching theme of the book is that if we have hope, we have reason to act, which I firmly believe. You have to have a hope that things are going to get better, and then you have a reason to improve every single day. Clear argues that if you want a habit to be successful, you have to make it obvious, make it attractive, you have to make it easy, and you have to make it satisfying. The opposite is true of habits that you want to kick. Since my channel has a focus on those with addictions, this book is perfect for us. As addictions are a form of a habit, as we go through feedback loops that get us to keep going and going back to our addiction. I recommend giving this book a read if you're struggling to kick a bad habit or if you're struggling to stick with a new good habit. Clear gives a lot of clear instructions on how to improve and make your days better with habits that you can build quite easily with time. Book number 3 is a lesser known book, but I really enjoyed it, and it was called The Millionaire Fastlane by MJ DeMarco. This book is about topics like finance and entrepreneurship, so it's not going to be for everyone. However, if you don't want to work until you're 65 years old and then become rich, this book may have some value for you. If you want to enjoy life while you're young and have money to spend while you're young, to spend on travel, food, entertainment, you need to be focused on acquiring some high-value skills and applying them towards either a business or to boost your income through training that would be relevant for your career. Not everyone wants to be an entrepreneur, but there's a lot of value in increasing your passive income and working less. Who wouldn't want to work less? If you want to learn what kind of businesses will lead to you generating generational wealth, I recommend giving this book a try. It's a little bit off the beaten path, but I thought it was really worth it. Book number 4 is 12 Rules for Life, An Antidote to Chaos by Jordan Peterson. I won't go and list all 12 rules, but some of my favorites were fixing your posture, caring for yourself the way you care for others, finding and living your personal truth, learning how to take the time to be a good listener, and taking time to appreciate your life as it is. This book helps readers to boost their self-esteem and self-confidence by increasing their self-awareness. We all sift through chaos every single day because it's the world that we live in, but by following the key takeaways from this book, we can find ourselves living a happier and healthier life. In a world full of frustration, chaos, and disorder, We need to find principles to live by, to adjust to, and to make our lives a little easier to live. The fifth and final book is The Subtle Art of Not Giving an F by Mark Manson. Basically, through a book that has a little bit more profanity than others, Mark Manson makes the argument that we should live a meaningful life by going after what we think is important and cutting out the rest of the noise. We should only be engaging in values and lifestyles that we can control. Manson argues that things that are beyond our control shouldn't frustrate us. This is especially potent for gambling addicts, as we're constantly in an environment where we have no control, but we have a false sense of control that makes us feel powerful. This leads us to eventually lose and feel defeated and down. And Manson argues that we shouldn't ever feel that way because those things weren't in our control to begin with. By not putting yourself in the environment, you're automatically living a healthier lifestyle because you're doing things that you can control. By not going to the casino, you are controlling the outcome. Manson argues that this will lead us to contentment and joy as we develop a strong inner peace. As promised, I wanted to tell you a couple of the health benefits of reading and why reading is actually really great for your mental health. Reading has been shown to lower your heart rate and relax muscle tension in your body as you're focusing with your mind rather than any physical muscle. Reading has also been shown to lower stress up to 68%. Reading strengthens our neural circuits and actually makes us smarter, believe it or not. We think more when we're reading, and we use the information to live a better life. Reading also improves the quality of your sleep. If you read a little bit before bed, rather than looking at your phone and scrolling through Reels and TikToks, you may find that you're sleeping more peacefully without the blue light from the phone, and because reading puts us into a cathartic state where we're focusing on one thing, rather than bouncing our attention around and exhausting our mind. Thank you for watching this far into the video. I really hope that these books will change your life the way they've changed mine. Give them a chance and let me know what you think about them in the comments. If you have any other books that have changed your life, I'd love to hear about them. Please hit that like button and subscribe if you enjoy the content. Let's keep getting better together one day at a time. Thank you.